Have you ever felt like you didn't fit into a typical mold? Like there's something bigger you're called to do, but everyone's telling you to play it safe. Maybe you're the quiet rebel who dreams of building brands, your brand. Yet the path feels lonely, and if so, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Unlikely Agency, where misfits, dreamers, and forward thinkers unite. In this video, I'm going to show you why we're building this agency, how we plan to empower creators worldwide, and where you fit into this grand vision. If you've got 20 minutes, I'll give you a story that just might change the trajectory of your creative journey. We live in a time where creativity is no longer confined to big budget studios or massive corporate teams. Instead, everyday people like you and like me are empowered to make videos, write newsletters and launch podcasts, or sell digital products, and so much more. But despite all of these opportunities, there's still a sense of isolation. Creators often feel like they have to go at it alone, test every strategy themselves and hope for the best. Therefore, our mission at the Unlikely Agency is to change that narrative by building a like-minded community of creators who are open, collaborative and supportive. No hidden secrets, no gatekeeping of ideas, because when one creator thrives, it lights the way for others to follow. I'm talking about a place where you can be unapologetically you, quirks and all, and still grow your business, brand, or platform in an authentic way. That's what you're here for. And that's why we call ourselves the Unlikely Agency. Because, let's be honest, many of us never thought we'd be the ones building an agency or a company or be entrepreneurs. Yet, here we are. Let's talk about the conflict here. There's a huge demand for authentic, high-quality content. People want real stories, not robotic brand messages. Businesses need a human connection to customers. But the supply of truly creative collaborative spaces is limited. Often, creators scramble alone. They might join generic entrepreneur forums that promise success, yet feel spammy. They might watch 1,000 YouTube tutorials, hoping to piece together a strategy. And more often than not, they face burnout because they are trying to do it all. Therefore, the solution is a hub, a place to gather, brainstorm, experiment, and belong. A place where you can say, I'm stuck on this idea, and someone else responds, let me share what worked for me. That's the beating heart behind the Unlikely Agency, building like-minded community. But we didn't stop there. We realized that to truly empower creators, we had to address more than just the how-to aspects. We also want to deliver into the why, because once people understand their deeper purpose, the how becomes much more straightforward. Every great story and every great journey is a dance between context and conflict. Here's some context. We want to help you build a thriving business or personal brand through content creation, but let's introduce a conflict. You don't know your why. Maybe you started making videos because everyone said video is the future, but you don't feel any spark. Or perhaps you're selling a digital product because it's what's trending, but doesn't resonate with your core values. But understanding your why changes everything. Suddenly, your content has direction. Your business decision aligns with your deeper purpose. You know who you're speaking to and why they matter. Therefore, at the Unlikely Agency, we're doing more than just handing you the best practices. We're hosting workshops, creating frameworks, and guiding personal reflection to help you find that why. When you're crystal clear on that, the rest of your story flows naturally. Here's a tip. Try writing down your top 3 passions, even if they seem completely unrelated, like gardening, hip-hop dancing, and photography. The deeper you go, the more you unearth that personal why, that unique lens you can bring to your content. It's magical. Authentic content creation is, in many ways, the lifeblood of modern business growth. People don't just buy products, they buy stories. They want to know the human behind the brand, your quirks, your struggles, your triumphs. But let's face it, authenticity has become such a buzzword that some folks roll their eyes when they hear it. So let me be clear. By authenticity, I mean staying true to your values and your why. Telling real stories about what works and what doesn't. Sharing your challenges, not just your highlight reel. And yes, occasionally messing up and learning from it. Therefore, we are building a safe space for creators and business owners to experiment with authentic storytelling. We'll talk about content formats, long form, short form, newsletters, podcasts, you name it. Delivery styles, casual behind the scenes, polished brand videos, comedic skits, heartfelt confessions, also audience engagement, how to invite meaningful feedback, incorporate user-generated ideas, or even co-create with your community. We believe authenticity fosters trust, and trust translates to growth, real, measurable growth. That's why the Unlikely Agency is doubling down on community and resources, so you're supported every step of the way. You might be wondering, there are so many creators, communities out there. What makes the Unlikely Agency different? Well, our story lens is all about celebrating the odd, the unexpected, the path less traveled, because we believe that's where real innovation happens. Rather than conforming to a preset formula, follow these 10 steps, guaranteed to go viral, we acknowledge everyone's unique background, perspective, and goals. We want members who are crocheting, YouTubers side by side with high-tech coders. We want ex-school teachers, new parents, and retired accountants. That makes that diversity is our biggest strength. But it can get messy, right? Different goals, different styles, different levels of experience. Therefore, our role is to guide those differences into a tapestry, a strong supportive network where every thread contributes to a collective masterpiece. That's how we stand out, by enabling you to be your own creative best, not just copying someone else's blueprint. Now, let's talk about how we plan to connect everyone, both online and in real life. We've all been on endless webinars or scrolling through Facebook groups where genuine connection just seems sparse. We want to break that mold. We're hosting online events like visual co-working sessions, where we all hop on a call, set a goal for the hour, and then hold each other accountable. Monthly ask and share meetups, where you can bounce ideas off seasoned creators, troubleshoot tech issues, or just find moral support. And in real life, because there's nothing like meeting face-to-face, we'll organize local meetups, events in various cities, small gatherings for coffee brunch or happy hour, workshops featuring subject matter experts, brand strategies, mental health coaches, business mentors, the Unlikely Summit, our annual flagship event packed with interactive panels, content labs, and plenty of networking. But guess what? You might be saying, I'm not super social. I'm nervous about meeting new people. Therefore, we're putting systems in place. Icebreakers, small group breakouts, casual conversation starters. So even the shyest among us feel welcomed. Because every single voice adds value. Every single perspective can spark an aha moment for someone else. That's the magic of real community. One of the biggest compliments we get is, it feels like I'm chatting with a friend. That's intentional. We want the Unlikely Agency to be a place where there's no pretension, no condescending, experts who talk down to you. But that doesn't mean we lack professionalism. We just speak plainly about wins and losses, about big dreams and small steps. We want you to feel at home here. Therefore, when we design our content, be it articles, workshops, or these videos, we aim for a conversational tone. Think of it as a chat over coffee, where we're sharing tips and experiences. That's how we build trust and keep the community spirit alive. Let me pull the curtain back on how we approached building the Unlikely Agency from the beginning. We asked ourselves, what do we want someone to feel, think, and do after experiencing our community? Feel empowered, understood, and supported. Think, I have a unique voice that matters. I have a purpose. Do. Take action to create authentic content, building a brand, or collaborate with others in the community. But it wasn't just about fuzzy feelings. We wanted to see measurable outcomes. Growth is subscribers, improved video production, the launch of a profitable product. Therefore, we built structures that combine emotional support with strategic know-how. We started with the end, this transformative experience, then worked backward to design community events, educational materials, and personal mentorship, programs that help each person progress toward their goal. This approach is reminiscent of how some great storytellers Think Christopher Nolan craft their narrative with the final twist or reveal in mind. We do the same. Your success is our final scene, and every program or workshop we host is designed to get you there. Before we conclude, I want to share a couple of what we want to have as success stories. These are made-up stories. These are no real cases, but they represent the dance between conflict and resolution that we want to achieve. For example, Ria, the handmade soap maven. Conflict: Ria was overwhelmed packaging hundreds of bars alone, struggling to get her Etsy shop noticed. But she found clarity in our monthly Ask and Share meetup. Therefore, she launched a weekly behind-the-scenes vlog, showing her soap making process, connecting with customers authentically, and doubling her sales within 2 months. James, the financial educator. Conflict: James was a full-time accountant with a dream of teaching everyday finance on YouTube. But he was camera shy and had zero editing skills. But after joining the Unlikely agency, he discovered we had a mentorship program for new video creators. Therefore, James gained confidence, launched consistent content, and is now generating leads from his finance coaching practice without feeling like a sellout. These stories reflect exactly why the Unlikely agency exists: to help you overcome creative block, find your why, and grow your brand with authenticity. That's at least what we want to achieve. In my previous life as an agency owner, back when I was in Algeria, I have a ton of examples just like these ones. I want to make them now here in Canada for everyone around the world. Remember that feeling of not fitting in? Or that moment of isolation, thinking I'm the only one who wants to do this weird, wonderful thing. That's where our story comes full circle. Because at the Unlikely agency, we're all about bringing the gap, turning doubts into creative confidence. But we can't do it alone. We need passionate people like you to contribute ideas, ask questions, and bring your unique lens to the table. Therefore, I'm personally inviting you to join our community, whether it's through our online platforms, local meetups, or annual events. Share your journey, learn from ours, and together we'll create something bigger than any of us could achieve on our own. Here's my final message, my last dab, if you will. Your creative journey matters, your story matters. By embracing who you are, finding your why, and joining forces with a supportive community, you can build something truly extraordinary. If you've watched this far, you already know you're meant for this. You're the dreamer, the misfit, the doer, and so are we. That's why we built the Unlikely agency, to empower creators worldwide, one connection at a time. Thank you for spending these moments with me. If you want to learn more, or you're just curious about how you can get involved, check out the links or join our next meetup. We can't wait to see what you create. Until the next time, stay unlikely.